you.
Yeah.
Okay, enough high school football talk about Oak Ridge, San Clemente. We wish you the best luck. We're going to give you the karma for your Tritons to stand up and perform well, Dennis, but we also have some
take off Austin with that. But
BYU football matters. Austin will be fine. He's fine. Okay? Just like when you discussed that you're a Super Bowl champion and he's not, right, Dennis? He's fine with that stuff. Okay?
Yes.
So let's get to the BYU talk. The BYU Cougars are now a 14.5-point favorite against Southern Illinois. It was 19.5. What do you think of the 5-point shift there, Dennis? Because it's caught us off guard for sure.
Yeah, I mean, listen, first off, can you guys figure out your Wi-Fi signal over there? Can we not enhance the signal at Studio B or whatever studio you guys are in?
We're working on it.
Do we not have
Stream
that in the
ownership?
budget?
I got a
Jeez.
book for you.
Golly. Listen, I went on this great, 4-minute rant about the quarterbacks and all that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure you guys didn't hear any of it, so we may have to circle back to that. But
Okay.
listen, I mean, I don't make a lot of the spreads, the lines, all that kind of stuff. I mean, who really cares at the end of the day? I mean, I know Jarom's a big bettor and Vegas guy, but
You know me.
I think it's insignificant. I mean, listen, it's the first game of the season. It's so difficult to tell, who teams are, what they are, how well you're going to play. I mean, in the first game in particular, you have so many different things that you're trying to work out. I mean, I go back to our high school game, last Friday night. We have a brand new starting quarterback. We have 4 out of the, 5 offensive line who started are new, 2 of which are sophomores. You just have so many different moving parts and variables on a football team, and so many guys who you have to kind of find your role and your niche and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of times it takes a little bit of time to figure that stuff out. So what is BYU going to be against Southern Illinois? I mean, you anticipate them to win. You anticipate them to win big and have an easy time doing it. But you just never know how those games are going to go. I mean, you look at some of BYU's future opponents who played just this past week, and SMU in particular really struggled against Nevada. And I don't know what the line on that game was, but I'm sure SMU was a double-digit favorite going into that game, and they had to come back from double digits to win that game. And so who knows what's going to happen in week 1. I think we're going to learn a lot about, what BYU is a little bit against this kind of competition. But it's really a great tune-up game and an opportunity to see, who's where and what role they kind of will fit in, and who's kind of going to take the bulk of, the volume receiving and out of the backfield and all that kind of stuff. And so it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. But, I mean, I wouldn't put too much stock into the line for sure.
We'll see what questions are answered on Saturday. There are many. One that has been answered so far is that Keanu Hill switched to tight end, and he's tight end 1. What do you make of Keanu Hill as a tight end now? And clearly he's been the best one.
Yeah, I think it's awesome. And we had a chance to work with Keanu in the offseason for a couple of weeks. He came down here to Orange County and got to throw with, the quarterbacks and some of the receivers and all that. So we got a firsthand look at Keanu, and it's awesome to see, a guy who can excel at wide receiver make that transition and be able to put on enough weight and be able to hold up at the line of scrimmage to be able to play tight end. And it's a huge advantage because now you have a guy with, receiver-like qualities and the ability to run routes like a receiver, but, he can do it against worse defenders, against, safeties and linebackers who aren't as good at cover guys and really create some mismatches inside. So I'm excited to see how they utilize Keanu in that offense and what his role will be and kind of how many, targets he'll get each game and what he can do at that inside position. So that's really one point of interest that I'll really have watching this game. How do they implement Keanu as a tight end and what role will he have?
Dennis Pitta, Super Bowl champion and BYU Football All-American, is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Okay, let's go back to your diatribe about the quarterbacks because I'm sure it was just loaded with goodness before our faulty internet ruined everything. Okay? No starting quarterback named. Jake Retzlaff and Gary Bohannon, we believe, are both very capable and could easily both take that first series and lead BYU to what we think is going to be a win against Southern Illinois. But what do you make of no starting quarterback at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how well my explanation was before, so I'll get a second crack at it. But listen, from BYU's perspective, I know it's just Southern Illinois. It's what you, by all accounts, consider an inferior opponent. Why do we have to, keep this so close to the vest? Why do we not name a starting quarterback? I mean, everybody in that locker room knows who the starting quarterback will be as they take the field on Saturday. And so I don't think it benefits you at all as a program to announce your starter until the last possible moment, because it's not only Southern Illinois who has to worry about who's going to take the field and be under center on Saturday. It's future opponents. It's SMU the following week. It's Wyoming the week after that, who will have, GAs and other people in their building starting to break down some of that film for the future games and come up with scouting reports and do a lot of that pre-work that they, won't have time to do when they get into that game week. And so teams are always looking ahead, the players and the coaches, not necessarily, but some of the other support staff who's getting a lot of stuff ready will be looking ahead. And it just, benefits you to just kind of hold that close, that information, and not make it public until the last possible second. So I like the play here. I think it's no surprise. It will be no surprise to anybody that they'll name a starter and who that will be and all that. Do you guys know? Because I feel like I know, but I'm certainly not going to divulge that information here.
We think it'll be Jake Retzlaff. We'll see on Saturday. But if they would have called it a week and a half ago, I think Gary Bohannon would have been named the starter. Because it lasted as long as it did, I think Jake won it back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know where you get your information. I guess my information is just better.
Nice try,
I'm joking. Listen, honestly, I don't know much about Gary, to be completely honest. We got a first look, like I mentioned, down here in Orange County with John Beck and those guys. Retzlaff was down here working with a lot of the receivers and tight ends, and unfortunately Gary wasn't able to be a part of that. So I haven't seen a lot of him, but I've seen a lot of Jake, and I know what he's capable of. And certainly we were able to see in a small sample size last year what he's capable of and how he can lead this offense. And so, it'd be interesting to see, who the guy is, number one, when they officially announce it, but, how he'll be able to play on Saturday.
Dennis, it's NFL cut day. And so we're kind of wondering what this day was like for you as a rookie as a member of the Baltimore Ravens. You were drafted 4th. So, the expectations were that you were going to make the team. We all thought you were going to, and you did. But what was this day like for you, if you could rewind back to your rookie season?
Yeah, it's always an interesting day. I mean, listen, fortunately, I never felt like I was in a position where, this day could go either way for me. And even as a rookie, you're a 4th round pick. I think I got some reassurance like a couple weeks before, because, you are kind of worried about, you have never been through this process before. And I remember one of our coaches coming up and be like, "You worried you're going to get cut?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I don't really know how this works." And he's like, "Listen, you're not going to get cut. All right, just relax." And so I guess that gave me a little bit of reassurance in that moment. But, especially as a rookie, you still don't totally know how it's going to play out. But it's a difficult day for a lot of reasons, because, you spend with a lot of these guys, you have 90 guys on the roster all through the offseason. A lot of guys, in your position group or in other position groups on the offense or defense or wherever, that you become really good friends with, and you spend a lot of time with them. And, some of them are only there for a couple of months, but, you're working out with them in the morning, you're in meetings with them all day. You're usually hanging out after practice and all that kind of stuff throughout the course of the off season. And obviously you're with them all day long in training camp. And it's tough to see a lot of those guys go. And unfortunately, when you're a veteran in this league and you kind of know how the numbers play out and kind of how things work in the NFL, kind of early on the guys that are going to make it and the guys that aren't. And that's difficult because you kind of have to, guard yourself a little bit and make sure you don't get too close to people because they're not going to be there in a couple months. And that's, it's a difficult balance in the NFL, and it's really a weird thing. And there's so much turnover from year to year in that league. I mean, even on guys that you played with the previous year that were on the 53-man roster, that most of those guys are probably gone the following year. You usually have a core group of maybe 15 to 20, 25 guys that are there year in and year out for the kind of the bulk of your career. But all the other guys are kind of shuffling in and out, and it's really just a weird dynamic. And so this is always a difficult day. You know you're going to lose some friends. You may lose guys that you've been with for a couple of years, and they move on. And then, unfortunately, just by kind of the nature of the business, you just don't really talk to them or see them almost ever again. And it's really weird, but you kind of learn to, not get too emotionally attached to a lot of guys. And unfortunately, there's going to be a ton of guys today that aren't going to be able to realize their dream and play in the NFL. And the buck's going to stop here for them. But, for a lot of guys, they might move on to a different team and get opportunities elsewhere. But, cut day in the NFL is always kind of a somber day around the locker room and a difficult one, even if you make the roster.
Dennis Pitta with fantastic insight into cut day, his NFL experiences, a little high school football talk, as well as heavy BYU football talk. Dennis, we're hoping for a blowout win, man. We're sending you the karma for a blowout win for your team, and we hope the same.
I'm giving it to Oak Ridge, I'll be honest.
Continues for BYU.
I'm sure you are. And I think, like, with Jarom and my relationship, I think I haven't gotten too close to him because I just feel like he's going to get cut from this program at any point.
We're about to cut you.
I don't want to get too emotionally attached because, at some point he's going to be off this. I'll never see him again, never have to talk to him again, and it will be that. And so I've just learned throughout the course of my career to keep certain people at arm's length, just, because you understand that they're not going to be here for very long. You see it's a numbers game, and that's just going to be your reality at some point.
You'll be here as long as your Wi-Fi works, man.
Fortunately, it's a little spotty. Yeah.
Dennis, great to talk to you, man. Thanks for the time.
See you, brother.
All right, guys. See you guys. Thank you.